this little story. No, it's not about pigs going to market. I'm talking about Susan Crawford, yeah. She's a Liberal judge, she is. Well, she just won Wisconsin. Well, I'll tell you what, this really... what it makes stand out for me is how important your vote is and how important voter turnout is. Now, we have a guest staying from Belgium at the moment, and he pointed something out when we had a discussion about this, you see. It's actually somebody, a subscriber to this channel, actually. He's come and have a visit for food days while he's doing a bit of house hunting, so he can move to the Limousin. But, I was chatting to him, and he said, well, maybe those who didn't vote should have got out there and voted, because they're complaining about the situation they find themselves in now, but they didn't bother to vote. It was all like, well, I don't like Kamala. No. Oh, crikey, I don't like Donald either. I won't bother voting then. Well, that's all you're doing, is handing a vote to the opposition instead of countering a vote. Makes no sense. Voter turnout is extremely important, and you have a responsibility to your country and to your families to make the right decision. Unfortunately, a huge amount of people, a majority, decided that was a great idea to have some kind of bumbling buffoon who paints himself orange in the White House. I don't understand it, but it takes all sorts. That it does. But Susan Crawford, the Liberal judge, she won, she did. But why did she win? Well, so the Liberal judge, Susan Crawford, won the race for a seat on Wisconsin Supreme Court on Tuesday. Now, this is so important and also very surprising in some ways after Elon Musk spent millions and millions of dollars handing out free checks to people, to basically bribing them to vote, which is election interference. And also, he'd went against the courts. The court said, no, you can't do that. And yet he carried on. I don't care. These people just do not care about the law. They just don't. Now, the Liberal judge, Susan Crawford, won the race for the seat in Wisconsin Supreme Court on Tuesday. That was last night. For me, it's last night. In a big coup for the Democrats, after Elon Musk backed the Conservative candidate, making it the most expensive judicial contest in US history. Unfortunately for Donald Trump and Elon Musk and his money, it was a waste of money. I do like it when Elon Musk loses money. I have to admit, that gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Yeah, he's lost over $200 billion in his combined value currently, because he's a complete and utter wanker. Oh, did I say it out loud? Sorry, it's my Tourette's. Oh, blimey. So, write a letter if you want to make a complaint. So the Wisconsinites, yes, they're like little people, yeah. Not mites. Oh, no, knights. Wisconsinites. No, not Wisconsinites. Fended off the unprecedented attack on democracy. Crawford said in her victory speech, the Wisconsin stood up and said loudly that justice does not have a price. Unfortunately, it does, because everyone has to be paid. But yeah, it does not have a price. Our courts are not for sale. No, they should not be. Well, Musk and associated groups spent millions on her rival, Brad Schimmel, to the point of actually doctoring photographs. There's an image flying about at the moment of Donald Trump and Brad Schimmel, which is actually just Brad Schimmel, being pasted in over the top of Mike Pence, which is just as irony. Hang Mike Pence and all that, if you know what I mean. You know what they're like, these people. They do like to have the odd insurrection, don't they, and beat up a few police officers. They're lovely people, don't worry, we'll pardon them, says Trump. These people are in the White House. So how important is this for the Liberals? Well, obviously it's a very big win. And they will retain their 4-3, they say ideological, I'm not going to say that, majority on the state Supreme Court. Is it an ideology? Not really, it's just about decency, I suppose. Is that an ideology? Maybe. But whenever people say that, oh, it's an ideology, it makes it sound like it's a bad thing. Why is it a bad thing? It's ideally to be a decent person. I'd ideally like to be a decent person. I don't want to be MAGA, because they're not good people. They're bad people. They want harm on others. Oh, it's not me, so that's okay. Most of them are cowards, quite frankly. They go around, I'm all tough in my Cybertruck. Yeah, fit and wince. You put them on get them on their own, and they'd run a thick mile. So if you see me in the dark, I tell you. Which will hear cases about abortion and collective bargaining. So, we're going to the Supreme Court, and the majority, they have 4-3 majority. So it is obviously good for the Democrats. Now, how did the campaign organisers pull it off? Well, I hinted earlier, didn't I? Voter turnout, yes. In Milwaukee, they reported a record turnout, even running out of the ballots in some polling places. Democrats said Musk's involvement had actually galvanised people to get involved as a grassroots movement. Yes, Elon Musk's involvement and spending all that money actually helped her. Oh, it's like rubbing salt in the wounds, isn't it? That it is. So anyway, I hope great things will come out of this, and it'll be good for, for people in the United States on both sides of the, we need both sides of the aisle, those on the right and the left, to benefit from decisions made by the left. We need those on the right to notice. They won't, but we need them to notice that they're better off. Because if they don't, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to move forward. So we could ostracise them as much as you want to, but we want them to feel good as a direct response or a result or effect of decisions that are made by the Democrats. I have to admit, Donald Trump is doing a wonderful job at the moment and actually making their lives shit. He's doing a pretty good job there. So, they can see the negatives there. All the Donald Trump say, oh, it's Biden's fault. Some people are lost, all right? You're never going to get them back because they're so hateful. They're so horrid. You're never going to get them back. Even flipping Joe Rogan at the moment, he's dancing around on the head of a pin, isn't he? He's just trying to justify stuff. The man is kind of saying, I don't like this about Donald Trump. He shouldn't have done this, especially about the immigration and what have you. And he encouraged people to vote for this man. He supported them. Got no morals, these people. No morals whatsoever. Anyway. Have Republicans got morals? Leave that in the comments down below. Nice long messages, because I do read your messages, but you probably already know. But I can't respond to them all, obviously, but other people do. We've got a bit of a community going on down there, which is very, very pleasant indeed. And we have good people down there, and there's very little nastiness going on. Very little, hardly any at all. I'm quite surprised when I look at other people's channels, I think, oh my giddy aunt. No, we can't have that. But if you would like to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us coffee. Links down below, and it is very much appreciated because a lot of people have actually been doing it recently, and it just keeps their head above water to help me carry on doing this. Otherwise, I'll have to do more of my main job, But if you just bit the like button, even that all helps. Any activity on the channel, like comments more than 7 words, all helps. It helps keep the channel going. You see, But if you subscribe and all that, and the little bell icon, it's free, it's free, and you get a little bit of me. Ooh, what you do? You excited? Ooh, my poor wife. Even though I feel sorry for her. Anyway, toodaloo. Love to the family.